What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about: movies, video games, comic books, TV shows. And right now, I want to give you guys my thoughts on the first 3 episodes of the HBO Max Original Series, The Flight Attendant, starring Kaylee. Is it Kaylee Coco? Kaylee Cuoco? I don't know. It's the girl from The Big Bang Theory. It's Penny from Big Bang Theory. And the voice of Harley Quinn. Well, so this, I wasn't sure what I was getting into with this. All I knew was that it was based on a book. And I kind of heard through the grapevine that it was a murder mystery, just reading stuff online. But I dove in without really knowing much about it. And I'm glad I didn't know much about it, because as this is unfolding in front of me, it is captivating. It is captivating. If you guys are not watching The Flight Attendant on HBO Max, and you have HBO Max, you need to watch it, because this is captivating storytelling that's done with the twists and turns you would expect of a murder mystery, but in a funny, fresh way. And a lot of that is due to the charisma and comic timing of Kaylee Cuoco. So she plays Cassie Bowden, who is a flight attendant who, they never really come out and say she's an alcoholic, but you're pretty sure she's an alcoholic. She's at least struggling with alcohol use. There was a scene in one of the episodes where her brother was telling her, I don't know if I want to have my family around you because of the struggles you're having right now. So at the very least, she's struggling with alcohol. She might be a full-blown alcoholic. And that's something that I would like to see explored more as the season progresses. But she's a party girl. She's a flight attendant. She goes all around the world on these international flights, and she stops in cities and she parties and she hooks up with guys. And one night she hooks up with a guy in what is it? Dubai? No, Bangkok. She's in Bangkok. I'm sorry. She's in Bangkok. She hooks up with this guy, Alex Sokolov, played by who's that? Macau. How you say it? Heisman. I know he was in Game of Thrones. I don't know how to say his last name. But Alex Sokolov, she hooks up with him. She wakes up the next morning after blacking out, drinking so much that she blacked out. She wakes up and he's dead next to her. His throat has been slit and he's dead. And she panics, cleans up the murder site, and flees. And so far, the first 3 episodes have been about her trying to evade and her trying to clear her name. Those 2 things are happening together. So first, she's trying to evade authorities, and she's trying to make sure she's not getting arrested by those authorities. There's actually 2 FBI agents that are kind of on her trail. They kind of think that she has something involved, but they can't really prove it at the time being. And they've been questioning her, and like I said, she's been attempting to stay one step ahead of the federal agents. She's also trying to clear her name, so she's trying to find out who killed him and why. Right now, where we're at, we have a few suspects, especially this girl named Miranda, who clearly is not a nice person. Miranda Croft. She's clearly not a nice person. She's been following Cassie around. She carries a knife. She's clearly kind of the main suspect at this point, but I suspect that she's actually a red herring. I suspect somebody else is actually the killer. But who knows? Maybe this is going to be a straightforward murder mystery, and the person you suspected all along actually was the killer. I don't know. But let's see here. Rosie Perez is in this. If you remember, Rosie Perez was in Birds of Prey, and as gosh, what was the name of the character she played in Birds of Prey? Became the question. Why is it not coming to me? It's not coming to me. She was in Birds of Prey, the Harley Quinn movie. And then you've got Zozia Mamet plays Kaylee Cuoco's attorney, and she's wonderful in this. I love that. I love this character. She's very funny. She's very direct, but she's also, she kind of reminds you of one of those power attorneys where she's gonna get her way. and she's going to be forceful, and she's going to make sure that she puts her best foot forward as far as winning this case. She's been pretty great in this series so far, and yeah, she's been good. I think she was in Girls, right? HBO's Girls. I think she was. But this show has been living and dying off of the performance of Kaley Cuoco, and I'm happy to say that there hasn't been any dying going on other than the dying that happened in the film, because she's been phenomenal. She brings a lightheartedness to a very serious situation. She brings a certain amount of naivety in what is essentially a very earnest performance of her wanting to clear her name while having no idea what she's doing, and honestly being stumbling drunk for most of it. It not only does it explore the struggles of alcoholism, not only is that struggle put in the context of a murder mystery, but it's also exploring PTSD and how that affects somebody's persona, and how that can especially affect the persona of somebody who might already have a destructive personality in the first place. She's doing a great job. I can't wait to see where this goes. I believe there's 8 episodes in season 1, and it's been a very fun ride so far, and we're still in the beginning of it. I would classify this as a murder mystery. I would also classify it as a dark comedy. She sees Alex in her head, and she has conversations with him in her head. So the actor from the Game of Thrones, Mikal Weissman or whatever his name is, he is a co-lead in this series, even though he died at the beginning of the first episode. He's a co-lead because he's constantly popping up in her head, and they're having conversations, and they're trying to work out what's going on. And his story changes as she learns more information. So it's really kind of brilliant the way that they bring that side of the story, that they make that side of the story work. But like I said, I would classify this as a dark comedy because she is funny in this, and she's fun to watch. I see the work that she did on Big Bang Theory paying off here, because her comic timing is great, and her wit as she's in these situations. And I know that, the writer wrote most of this dialogue, but her wit in these situations is very on point. So yeah, Kaley Cuoco is doing a great job with this, and I hope that this elevates her as an actress. She's had Big Bang Theory. She's shown up in 1 or 2 movies. I remember she was in, what was it? The Ringer, The Wedding Ringer, I think it was. And she's been the voice of Harley Quinn. So I want to see this kind of elevate her status a little bit as a serious actress, because she is taking on a very serious subject matter here, but she's also bringing a certain amount of levity to it with her just charisma and her comic timing. So very good first 3 episodes. I'm hooked. Can't wait to see what happens next. And I'll be letting you know what I think when I watch it. That being said, what did you think of the first 3 episodes of The Flight Attendant? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me right here at the Oki Review, where we get to talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff we love to talk about. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.